If you think there are just too many patterns into speed seduction, too many techniques into NLP and hypnosis, and you're not quite sure which one applies to you specifically and with the type of woman you want to seduce specifically, then you will find the answer in this video and see exactly what is applicable for you based on your current level. So in the beginning we might differentiate into seduction those 5 steps. Sometimes you can find 10 steps, sometimes you find 9, sometimes you find just 3 steps. Basically between the moment you meet somebody new, a woman, and the moment you sleep with her, we can kind of identify those same phases coming back into every seduction method you are studying from. In the beginning you have naturally the approach, or how do you meet somebody? Do you just say hello, or do you make a compliment about how she's dressed today, for example? Then you have creating interest. So for example, once you have a basic conversation or you have a basic hookup point, but you're not quite sure about how to get that conversation going. Maybe you have her attention, she's focused on you, but then your mind has kind of frozen and you are not quite sure of how to keep going. Then you have connection. Okay, now you have a real conversation, but you miss some experience to create emotion. You know how to logically explain what you do in your life, what you do for a living, but when comes the time to actually seduce her because you want to influence feelings inside her mind and make her feel more attracted, that may be your problem. Then you have sexualizing. Okay, now it is time to talk business and okay, it is time to go back in the bedroom. And finally, we have sexual techniques, which mostly will be physical and non-verbal. So this one is less about seduction, a little bit, but not the same type of seduction. And most of what you see in speed seduction will definitely come toward those phases. So whenever you read about language patterns, hypnotic techniques to seduce, whatever, it is mostly going to be about those phases or that big phase, because to approach, can you find some techniques in speed seduction? Yes, but definitely not the best in my opinion, or let's say not complete. With just that you don't have enough in my opinion. And then for creating interest, I have only one guy that I have seen doing it really well. All the other ones don't really know how to apply speed seduction in the first entry stage. So we are going to break down all of this and based on where you are, see what best fits you. If your main problem is approaching because you are not even at the point where you can have a conversation, you haven't even approached anyone, you're lonely, you don't have anybody, first of all, I would say if that is your case, you're not even anywhere near those phases, I would say maybe this is just too advanced for you and you need basic lifestyle setup, maybe just get into the type of job that can make you meet more people or develop a basic social life with basic friends. That's really the beginning before talking about seduction. Do you have at least a pound of basic people you see naturally during the week and during the weekends? If that is not the case, I would say you're not yet at the phase where you can experiment with all of this. You're just at the point of you have to create a basic life setup. But if you really want to know what speed seduction has produced for that step, you have the reframing, the reshaping of your inner voice. So whenever you hear yourself criticizing you because you're not good enough to approach, or because you hear objections about I won't be able to talk to her because this or that, you just change that inner voice and create deeper, warmer sounds inside yourself so that you're more compelled to approach. I have extensively talked about this process in other videos, therefore I won't spend too long on this. It is basically all about it in speed seduction, reframing your inner voice and your inner sounds before you approach so that you approach from the right state. Where it gets interesting, therefore, is into creating interest. When you have her attention, or at least you have her basic attention, because you have said, hello, how are you? You know, basic human beings communicating, and then you have her attention. How do you spark basic attraction from that point so that she wants to talk to you? I said it was not a very common thing because we only have one known example, or like very few, but one main example of a guy who has actually used it just while approaching, and he was using mostly cold reading. His name was Vince Kelvin, and I have designed a whole method that you can find down below to explain specifically what he said, what he did, and how does he lead the mind of a stranger to like him based on the speed seduction language he's using to read her personality at the moment he's approaching. One basic example I can give you right here is whenever he wants to get her attention and get her more talkative, he says for something like, oh, you must be somebody who does sometimes this and sometimes that. Sometimes you're the kind of person who wants to be alone with yourself, and sometimes you're the kind of person who likes being with friends around you. Those are called truisms, which means verified truths. So any kind of statement you can make that makes her feel like you are reading her personality and you really know her, when in fact those are just phrases that anyone would say yes to. But the way he's using them is definitely getting them more talkative, because he's presenting that in a way that let them think, oh, he can really read their mind. So he does that in a really skilled way. You can find the whole method down below on how does he do that. And outside of this, I haven't really seen many examples of speed seduction actually being used in a real conversation, in a real approach to seduce her from there. Outside, obviously, of Ross Jeffries, but obviously, Ross Jeffries is the master inventing all of this, so aside from him. Basically, it will be about creating a state of fascination. Whatever you can say to restrict attention on you instead of just letting her think about many things, that will be conducive to her being more absorbed into the moment with you. So you have many examples down below of how to use language in such a way. But then you have the real phase I do find very interesting, and where I do think that speed seduction is massively helpful if you struggle in seduction: connecting. Here I mostly used, or at least what was the most useful for me, was value elicitation, which means, for example, asking her, what is the most important to you about love? What is the most important to you about relationships? What are 3 things you look for in a man? You want to get her to talk about the deeper things that are important in her life, the kind of things she would not reveal to anyone, and sometimes the kind of things that she has trouble understanding even herself, because it is deep feelings. When you start playing with deep feelings, then you create a much deeper connection. And the way to use that in seduction is by reusing, for example, the words she used and using them into your own stories, feeding back with a kind of hypnotic tonality, feeding back the words she used to her to connect with her mind. For example, if she says, when you ask her, what is it you love the most in a guy, what is it you love the most, what is the most important to you about love? And she says, oh, being understood, and having somebody listening to me, for example. Then I'm going to use those exact same words as I describe anything from my perspective. And I say, when I was in a relationship the last time, it ended up in the way relationships end, you know how it is, but I can tell you what was really beautiful with that girlfriend back in the day was that she really listened to me. You know what it means, don't you? She really listened to me, and she made me feel like I was understood. When people really understand you, you know what it feels, don't you? I'm going to feed back exactly what she said, and you might think it is dumb and too easy. I can assure you it works more than you expect, because people don't really know how their thoughts are being manipulated or influenced by society around. They just know how to be led by whatever feelings or whatever intentions are around them. You see that in politics every day, people complaining and yelling for things they don't even understand, because anyone who can manipulate and capture their feelings can propel a response. You do the same thing with a legit intent here, with the intent of connecting in a healthy way with a human being, but here you do the same thing while using the processes of her brain, so the feelings behind what she knows of herself, and you use those feelings to attach them to you. Then you have the part of sexualizing or becoming more flirtatious and inducing some thoughts into her mind. That was definitely the phase I was the most stuck at, because approaching, it took time for me, but I figured that out. Creating interest, that was fine. I was the clown, I was the funny guy, making people laugh. Connecting, I could be vulnerable pretty easily and open myself, but here I really had a lot of trouble. I was stuck here for a very long time. It was a friend of mine who had to push me for years before I finally become more sensual in conversations, because I was afraid. I thought it was bad. I should not do this. So Everyone can be stuck at any phase, but what unlocked me here was first of all to unlock my own beliefs about seduction, about what sexuality is or is not, and then once I unlocked myself, I learned how to guide bodily sensations through hypnosis. Not really something I do all the time by now, because by now I just like to be in the moment with her anyway, without playing the hypnotist in my head as I talk to her, unless she's asking for it. But I was mostly guiding bodily sensations by asking her to describe a feeling, maybe one of those feelings she used in the beginning here, when she described what was important to her in life, what she really loved about relationships, for example, and then I would guide this feeling inside her body. So there you really get into hypnosis, you get into using an induction and getting her to close her eyes and imagine something inside her body, and noticing how it feels inside. You can link that to sexual stories if she's open to hear about it. For me it was pretty easy, but you can just use that at any moment. I'm putting this here instead of in the beginning because can you do hypnosis on somebody you barely know and guide their body sensations? Yes, you can, and I have done that, but from my experience, if you try to use such a technique too early, that won't really create much because she still has barriers around here. She still has barriers about I don't know you. I don't want to be influenced by you. I'm not going to follow you anywhere. Whereas once you have passed the connection phase, then she can be way more open to sleeping with you, to following you into your apartment, even if she didn't know you 1 hour earlier. So that becomes easier. That's why I like to keep those, big, those like nuclear weapons hypnosis, I like to keep them for later in the interaction, not in the beginning. From my experience, they are much more powerful when you use them later in the process than using such a weapon, such a tool too early in the interaction. And then where I would say that it is less about speed seduction because it is more about nonverbal, once you are into a bedroom with her and you can already, you have already passed the stage where she trusts you, then to me it is more about physical touching than about really language. So I wouldn't say speed seduction is of great use here. I would say it is of massive use at this phase, specifically here when you want to get her to experience those feelings more easily. But then once you have started physically touching each other, I wouldn't say it is about seduction anymore. At this point it is more about actually doing it. Doing it with flirtatious moments still, so you touch and then you pull off and then you touch again, stuff like this to remove resistance, because if you try to go too fast into physical touching, naturally she might resist too. But then you might use, if you want, anchoring. Same thing, I know anchoring can be used here, here and here. I just say to me, anchoring is really powerful once you are in the bedroom and you have maybe done some hypnotic orgasms with her already, then using the touching on her body that can activate those sensations again, or using again some touching you have used while sexualizing and while guiding her bodily sensations, using those anchors again while in the bedroom can be of massive use, can be massively helpful. I wouldn't say it is a necessity, that's just optional. So anchoring again can be used anywhere. I just didn't personally found much use for it earlier in the interactions. That can be useful, just not in my case. So if you had to remember only one thing from this whole video, it is just lead through feelings. Most guys get stuck because they try to analyze consciously and logically what's going through her mind, which she doesn't know herself. Once you stop trying to figure out consciously what she thinks and you accept to lead feelings through trance words, listening to what she feels inside, and how do you feel when you really meet somebody you love, and how do you feel when you really know this is the right guy for you, how do you feel inside. That's how you can lead her into more intense states, by describing your own experience with those states, or describing the experience of somebody else. Because my friend Sarah, she said she had met this guy and blah blah blah, and there I'm just using the same embedded commands once again. So those techniques to me are what work the best. You don't have to use all of them, simply experiment. I'm just saying that in the beginning you may not even need much speed seduction. You mostly need cold reading if you want to apply it in the proper way, and you are going to create a state of fascination. She's going to be more absorbed by what you say, and that is going to unfreeze your mind more easily because you will know what to tell her so that she focuses on you more intensely. If you want to find a complete breakdown of that method with the guy doing it in the streets and showing you step by step what he does so that he creates the interest and the connection from scratch, even with women who did not know him previously, you have this complete method down below. You can check that out as soon as you drop off of this video, and you find in there everything you need to spark conversations in the way you need. So you have all of this down below. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon in the next video.